Oh, thank you. Good morning, ladies, amazing ladies. You're all welcome to the second day of the fourth edition of the Hilton Top Solicitors Female Virtual Internship. And I say very big good morning to Ma'am Tabonia. We are glad to have you here today with us to take us on understanding cryptocurrency. And shortly before I hand over the stage to her, I'm going to be reading out her profile. So I would implore every one of us to listen attentively before Ma'am Tabonia will take the stage and lead us through the world of cryptocurrency. It will interest you to know, ladies, and for you to appreciate and to understand why I'm confusing the greetings with good morning, good afternoon. Ma'am Tabonia is not from Nigeria, so she's supposed to still be resting because I know she walked all through the night. In the middle of the night, I was still chatting with her. And here she is. This is her 6 a.m. And she had to, get up and get dressed to come and impact on you. So I hope you do really appreciate this sacrifice that she is making. So if she is here, we have no reason not to want to stay to the end to learn from someone who has made this kind of huge sacrifice. So I would implore you to go to the platform and remind your other colleagues to join this call right now and learn from the expert herself. So very shortly, I'll be reading her profile. So ladies, the profile of Ms. Ma'am Tabonia Evans. Tabonia Evans is a 47-year-old native of New York and mompreneur with a 20+ year background in technology. She is an engineer, designer, data scientist, and she founded decentralized cryptocurrency, WAPcoin. Tabonia's vision is to use WAPcoin for the economic empowerment of Black people and especially Black-owned businesses. Not new to the world of startups, Tabonia made the transition into the world of blockchain in 2016 as a result of identifying cryptocurrency as a tool that could stimulate economic growth and financial freedom. Within the Black community, she is one of the first Black women heralded as being the founder and lead engineer in developing a coin with such a mission within the Black community. She was featured in Glamour magazine's May 2018 Women in Crypto, CNN, Complex TV, CNBC, Marie Claire, Blavity, Ozzy, as well as other media publications for her work in the space. Since 2017, she has been an expert global voice for blockchain and has spoken on diversity and the impact of blockchain technology in a variety of forums. She has made it her mission to educate both minorities and women on the potential of cryptocurrency to liberate the masses from poverty while providing greater access to funding. Ladies, join me in welcoming our amazing personality, our big auntie, our great mentor in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world, Ma'am Tabonia Evans. Thank you so much, Ma. A virtual clap for our very wonderful speaker here today. Thank you so much. You can have the floor. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the love and stuff. I really appreciate it. I remember from being here the last time, just kind of enjoying the participation of young women and coming together in a group like this is really powerful. And I forget that at all. It's not often that I get to talk to groups of women, so that's why I try to show up when called in that way. I think that's really great and powerful. The crypto space touches all industries. Everything touches our whole lives, and so much about it is going to change and changing the way we do everything. Even laws, even regulation and stuff like that is a area that's pretty huge in terms of it and how it works. So we have a lot of work to do. We do a lot.
Yeah, we do.
I do a lot. It's building, it's not just building the tech, it's building the community. And building a community is hard enough. But probably is equally as hard as building technology, because you have to educate people and educate them on the community. And it's like you're trying to bring something that people don't know they need.
Exactly.
until they find out what it is, and they're like, oh wow, we do need that. So that's always the hardest thing, there are the things that people think they need, and then the things that people don't know they need, and crypto is one of them. There's a lot of misunderstanding about what it is, what it does. Some people just think that it's a speculative thing, something to quote unquote just make money, but they don't realize that it actually is money. And it can function as money. So, imagine the people being able to manage their own money that's not government issued or government controlled, and that's borderless, that you can use anywhere across the globe and take it with you digitally and virtually and et cetera. So that's the kind of world that we're moving into with crypto. Currently, I've been working on Guap since 2017. You in this space, you always have to innovate. You always have to keep up with the changes and the times. So we're in the process of getting ready to upgrade our whole entire platform to allow for something called smart contracts, which gives us NFT capabilities, decentralized finance capabilities, and also makes us interoperable with other cryptos. So we're moving to an interoperable world, like, being able to connect to another blockchain from your blockchain. So currently that's what we're moving on doing with Guapcoin. So I have a lot on my plate at the moment. I don't know if you want me. But we're very interested in being as global as possible. It's not a locale thing. What I'm doing is just not something that just benefits us here in America. It benefits the whole world, and, one day, it just as well as we're using Guapcoin over there, we hope to be able to use Guapcoin on your side as well. I understand that Nigeria has its own restrictions and regulations and stuff like that, but we tend to ultimately move beyond that, because most countries now are just trying to figure out how they can add crypto, how they can manage crypto without it disrupting their current financial system. So some countries, they come down harder on the hammer with it, but ultimately they'll ease up. And because they, again, you got to be able to work within everything that's going on in the world. So if the world is adopting crypto, if they're using crypto on a nation level, then ultimately all of the countries will participate in some way. So you got to be ready for that. And even where you are, and if you're in Nigeria or you're in other countries, you want to be ahead of the curve, and you want to be prepared for a time where crypto is the norm. Just like, think about where crypto is now. Think about the early internet. If some of you were around, I know some of you might be, but the early internet, it was like the wild, wild west, where people were trying to do things to stand out in the internet, and to lead the internet revolution. Well, now this is the opportunity with crypto and with Web3, et cetera. You now have an opportunity to do that, to embed yourself and to be ahead of the curve in terms of education, in terms of innovation, et cetera. I'm sorry. I have children getting ready for school, blowing my phone up. But no, you have an opportunity to be a part of something that is not saturated, you know, and participate in it and add it to the list of wonderful things that you do and know, you know, and that's really, really key. And especially, you know, even as women, as a woman, adding the knowledge of crypto and using crypto will definitely set you apart and part of this global world that is really interested in how this could solve problems for people everywhere. Now, how does crypto solve problems, right? What does crypto do? Well, one of the ways that it solves problems is it gives greater access to money or capital to people who don't have access to traditional means of capital. A lot of times I've spoke to people in countries that, you know, they don't have a rich financial system. I spoke to people in countries that they rely on neighboring financial systems. You know, if you need to send the money, it may take them a long time to actually get the money and actually be able to put it to use. There's a lot of countries like that in the world, right? And crypto eliminates that because it's digital, it's basically virtual currency. As long as people have access to a mobile phone, and many people have access to a mobile phone these days, then you're able to now have access to money, right? And if businesses are accepting crypto, then people could be able to spend crypto using their mobile phone or using the debit card or whatever. Are you not getting me? Am I lost? Someone said it's breaking up. Did I get lost? Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, someone said that it was breaking up. I just want to make sure. But if businesses are accepting crypto, then that means that as long as you have a mobile phone, you could spend money where you go, you know? So that makes it very powerful. It definitely removes the banks, you know? It removes that bottleneck of middlemen that money have to get to you. Money could come directly to you and you are the bank, you know? So imagine you being your own bank, like you hold your money directly. Imagine someone sending you money from across the world and that money could be utilized in your day-to-day activities. So it brings the world closer together and it removes boundaries and it removes blocks and it ultimately makes you free, you know? So that's what we're aiming towards. We're aiming towards being able to bring more freedom to people. I remember a time when I started my startup and my biggest challenge in my startup was raising money. You know what I mean? And that's actually how I got into crypto. Even though being in tech, I realized that crypto was money, right? So now you have more ways of accessing money to do things like businesses. You know, you may be able to access microloans so you start your business, peer-to-peer loans. So instead of going to a bank one day you just may go to a website and you may go to get a microloan for your business or a loan for your business that is governed by something called smart contracts. So smart contracts replace people, you know, they're transparent and they have a set of rules and they say this, they govern what needs to be done and how things need to be repaid and stuff like that. So you have a robust system in crypto right now that has something called decentralized finance, where they have lending opportunities and opportunities that help support the payback of a loan, et cetera, you know. So maybe loans will have less of a failure rate. Maybe there's something that you'll want to do is loan money to someone and earn an interest on loaning money. But all of these things bring the people together, they bring them closer, and they bring you closer with sources of money, you know, which is very important for people, especially people of color all over the world, and especially women. So it gives us more opportunities, more access to money. We'll be starting more businesses, and starting more businesses is going to make richer economies and better economies, make transactions between people faster, you know, more potentially more trustworthy than now, you know, so a lot of different things. Now, does this space have, you know, untrustworthy people? Yeah, lots, because yeah, it's the beginning. So you have a lot of scammers in the crypto space and stuff like that, which is why we need more regular people to come in to come up with solutions and to also educate people so that you could fight against the people who would want to take advantage of others using this space. You know, pretty much all of the things that go wrong in crypto, they're like literally a list of things, and the people do the same things over and over again. People either lose access to their wallets, they lose their keys, because remember, you're the bank. So that means that you're responsible for managing your own money, your own wallet, et cetera, right? So some of the common mistakes that people do are very common. You can literally teach people about the common mistakes so they won't make the common mistakes. You know, like giving away your private key is like giving someone the key to your money so that you can spend it and get to it. You know, these types of things, just regular newbie or regular mistakes that people make that allow people to take advantage of them. So, you know, and it's no different than in just the financial world. The regular financial world, the banking financial world has problems with people running scams and stuff like that. So it's not just restricted to crypto, you know, but crypto as a whole will teach you and force you to be more responsible, because there's no one else that is touching your money but you. So that means that, or should be touching your money but you. So you'll learn how to be more responsible with your money. And you also learn better money management and things like that. You know, it'll ultimately make you more knowledgeable, more wise with your financial decisions, and could impact us as a community on a whole just by doing those things. So lots and lots of things. I see some people are raising hands. I don't know if we are going to take questions or when we're going to take questions. Miss Oni, see a lot of hands.
Sorry about that. We will take questions, but I think if you complete the session, we can take, but if you would want, oh, sorry, I have the other device on, but if you want the questions to be coming in between, we can actually start asking the ladies to start sending in their question. Would you prefer that?
Yeah, allow them to start sending in their questions. That'd be good. So then we'll have them as well.
Very well.
Because I do know that this subject can sometimes be a little bit technical and complicated. So I don't want to talk over people's heads.
I understand.
But let's talk about one thing with crypto that I think is important, and is how does it get its value? You know, I think that's an important topic, because people are like, you tell people crypto is money. This is money. Well, what gives it value? What makes it worth something? I think that that's a very important conversation, because money that we use every day is supposed to be tied to something. That's what gives it its value. When somebody gives you money, they don't just give you a piece of paper that's not worth anything. They give you a piece of paper that's tied to some type of economic resource somewhere that says that this is valuable, right?
Mhm.
And crypto has changed that. Actually, it wasn't crypto that changed that at all. It's actually social media that changed that. So the idea of being a social media influencer nowadays and having 1 million followers is now giving you something called social capital. So that's value, right? So you have TikTokers, you have people like that are really big and have built up a huge following. And in that following, they became valuable, right? So it shows you that money really is about faith, right? And people who believe in the people, who believe in the group, who believe in the government, believe whatever, they trust these people, right? So they have faith and trust in these people that this money, that there is value there. So what crypto has come along and done is really giving you an opportunity to, I guess you could say, to tokenize your value. You know what I mean? So to take your belief in your faith, divert it from one thing to another. So if you believe and you put your faith in this one money over here, you can literally take that away and say, you know what, I have faith in this money, and I think this money is going to be more valuable than this money, so you're taking your own worth and you're lending your worth to this platform and you're giving value to the platform. So I feel like crypto, more times than not, takes on its value from the people who actually support and believe in that project or in that crypto. So that makes it very powerful because we all know we have some strong belief systems. We have some strong beliefs. Sometimes we take our beliefs and we push it towards something that we like a brand of clothing or something like that. And it's because we believe in that brand of clothing, the value of that brand of clothing goes up, So whether it's, some big brand, some like Louis Vuitton or something, whatever, we put our value towards it and we make it valuable because we put our value towards it, right? So imagine when you have a crypto, which is a money, and you put your value towards that, that's where you get the values that you see in cryptos out there right now, right? So the value is really based on social capital. It's really based on belief. It's really based on trust. It's really based on the people and them deciding that this thing is going to be valuable. Like this is something that I would like to use to exchange for value with something else. So I think that's a very important thing that people need to understand about crypto. Imagine, and someone even mentioned starting a crypto. Imagine if you have a celebrity, I don't know who some of your favorite celebrities are, right? And one of your favorite singers has a concert and they say that we created a token and the only way you can come to this conference, this concert is if you pay with this token, right? And they're one of the most popular, let's say it was Beyonce, right? She said that in order to come to my concert, you got to pay with, with a guap coin, right? So what are people going to do? They're going to go run and they're going to get some guap coins so that they can get in that concert. And then what does that do? Makes the value of guap go up. You know what I mean? So because this is the only coin that you can use to get in a Beyonce concert, So it actually makes it super easy for us to capitalize off our own social influence, you know? So imagine when crypto catches on like that. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing to see, because literally we will be harnessing our own worth, our own value, and getting to set the trend for what is going to be an accepted value in the community, or acceptable value in the community. So I hope I made that clear using my Beyonce reference to why and how we can utilize crypto and give it value. I see a couple of hands and a couple of questions.
Yeah. So would you want to take those that raised their hands first? Maybe we should...
Let's take the questions that came in.
Okay.
I don't see the, oh, here's the Q&A right here.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone asked, if I want to start up a cryptocurrency, how do I go about it? I love that. I love that question, because I love that people are thinking about the possibility of starting a crypto. I think that's what this whole industry is about.
Yeah.
So if you want to get started in the whole entire world of crypto, the very first thing you must do is join an existing project, because that's how you're going to learn from the inside. You know, crypto projects are not like corporations where they have all the secrets in the boardroom. You know, all the development goes on behind the scenes. A crypto project is supposed to be a community project, so it's supposed to be open and transparent. So when you join a crypto project, you can see everything. You should be able to see the founders. You should be able to see the code. You should be able to meet other developers who are working on the project, all of that. So number one, you get to learn on the job. So most people, most projects, crypto projects that are out there, they're started by people who branched off from other projects, you know, and then they started their own, you know, that's the whole crypto economy. So the best thing, and you're not going to learn really a lot in school, you know, just like when you go to school, they don't teach you how to start a business. You know, they teach you some little tech or little, you know, here and there, but they don't teach you how to start these cryptos neither, right? You're going to learn that by being a part of a crypto project. And that's how you're going to learn how to start your own project. It's bigger, and understand starting a crypto project is so much bigger than just the tech. The tech is actually easier. What most people find is building the community and the adoption to be the most difficult thing. That's going to require you to get out and evangelize about your project, evangelize about your crypto, you know? So it's going to take you out of your comfort zone if you're not used to putting yourself out there like that. Like me, I wasn't used to putting myself out there like that, but I was forced to. I had to step in front of people because I had to build trust. I have to educate people. You know, I have to tell people, I had to constantly, I'm like a politician, I'm a financial politician. I have to constantly, you know, petition to people about why crypto is so important. Is it safe to say crypto is money itself or a platform where money is stored? Crypto is money itself. Now, there are different types of cryptos. There are something called stable coins, and stable coins represent money. They represent other money, right? Because they're tied to other money. So like, I believe like in Nigeria, your dollar is the naira, right? So there are stable coins. There are stable coins that will represent the digital version of that, you know, and it's backed one-to-one with your currency, with your own currency. So those, I would say, store value for other things. But then you have cryptos that are just cryptos, all independent. They're money in and of themselves. And it's the blockchain, which is the underlying technology that actually stores the value, like actually, you know, stores the transactions and the transactional history and stuff like that, that lives on a technology called the blockchain. So someone asks, what if I invest my money in a crypto platform and the platform crashes? I lose all my money, who I hold responsible? That's the thing. When the valuation of cryptos are pegged towards what we call fiat currencies, like the dollar, the naira, all of these other things, right? That's where they're pegged to, like they're saying, well, this is how much it's worth in this money. When the price fluctuates and it so-called crashes, you don't actually lose your crypto. It's just that the value goes down. But guess what? The value could go up, you know? So if you really believe in the project, hold on to the crypto for as long as possible, you know, for it to recover, you know, and then you can use it then, you know. But if you get into crypto, don't get into crypto for the short term. So because then when it does, the value goes down, then you're going to be worried, and then you're going to try to exit. And when you exit, you just make it worse. You know what I mean? So we're still early in crypto. So there's no need, unless you get involved with a crypto that is just has no basis for anything. You know, the founders are not really working. One of the things that you want to see is consistent involvement for the founders. It's consistent involvement of the community too. Like me, for instance, I've been around since 2017. You're going to see me everywhere. I'm not going anywhere, you know, and that's usually a good sign that this is something that's trying to stick around, because they're building an ecosystem, right? So if you know something like that, you know that, you know what, I'm not getting in this for the speculative short term. I'm getting in this for the long term. So if this crypto was worth in a different money, if you compared it to the USD and it's worth $1 in USD, right? And then the value goes down, and let's say now it's only worth 20 cents. You still have the same amount of coins. You don't lose your coins. So you could be holding on to 100 guap coin, right? But you're looking at the value pegged to the dollar. So if it were $1 to dollar, then you would say, well, this is worth $100 in USD. And let's say it would have dropped to $20 in USD, right? The 100 coins you have. You still have 100 coins. You know what I mean? So the idea is to, number one, stick around and build an economy so that you can eventually divorce yourself from being weighted or having your value weighted to another instrument, because that's what makes it volatile. You know what I mean? So what if the dollar loses its value? What if people decide one day that the dollar is not the money that people want to go into the future with? You know? So you got to be in it for the long term. You got to be in it, and so you can't get in it and put so much, you know, invest so much into it that it harms you potentially, because now you're in a bind. You got to take what you can afford and put it into the system and watch it, you know, watch that system build up. So eventually you'll be able to spend that money. Eventually you'll be able to use that money just as regular money. Someone says, how long does it take for crypto to add value? Well, it takes as long as it takes to build the ecosystem and the community. You know, you never know. You could have a community, you could build a community, and let's take Dogecoin, for instance. Some of you may be familiar with Dogecoin. Dogecoin has been around for a long time. It's not a new crypto, right? One of the things that was so attractive about Dogecoin was the fact that you could mine it, like people used to mine it, right? So mining crypto is how crypto is made. That's how some cryptos are made. Some are made another way with staking, but mining produces crypto, it pushes crypto out on the market. And in order to mine, you have to use your computer and your computer resources, right? So when a crypto is not as high value as Bitcoin, it's easier to mine. So Dogecoin was one of those cryptos that were easier to mine. So you had people who were mining Dogecoin when it was of low value for a long time. So they literally were creating crypto out of the clear blue sky, right? They didn't even have to put any money in. They only had to invest in the mining thing or the computer, but they were able to make Dogecoin, right? So you had people that accumulated a lot of Doge that way, right? So now years later, they may be sitting on 1 million Dogecoin. You know what I mean? Because they just were consistently mining Dogecoin. So that's the beautiful thing about getting involved in a crypto early. You can do things like that, right? So you had a lot of people who ultimately, when Doge, the value went up, they sold off their Dogecoin, right? But then you had people who still kept their Dogecoin because they're like, you know what, there's going to be people that are going to take this one day, accept this, and I have a lot of it. You know what I mean? So imagine, you know, if people are accepting Dogecoin and you have created a large amount of Dogecoin for yourself. So now you've created like a storage, money that you have that you can use. So it could be, the value could be quick, you know, somebody influential with Dogecoin, like Elon Musk, he got on Twitter and was like, Doge to the moon. And he himself made the value of Doge go up, you know? So it just shows you the potential of how cryptos can build their value. Someone said you made mention of Web3. What is Web3 in relation to crypto? So Web3 is the entire new set of web standards that crypto is just a part of, right? So you're talking about a different way that we would be able to operate with, in terms of within websites and stuff like that, right? So Web3 largely integrates what's called the crypto wallet, right? So in Web3, your crypto wallet might serve as your digital identity. So it may hold your identity. And the blockchains that cryptos are made on can also become a source of your identity. They can do much more than just crypto value and create these coins that you can spend. They can also record and store identifying information that may be different from your personal identifying information. So like in America, we have things called Social Security numbers and this, that, and the third. And it's oftentimes not really necessary to have to share that. And it could even be dangerous. But in Web3, you could have a wallet that can serve as your digital identity, you know, because that wallet, the transactions that happen in that wallet will prove you are who you are. So in Web3, your wallet may help get you in a membership, or you may log into a website using your wallet, you know? So that's like a lot of websites, Web3 websites, they use something called NFTs, which is another type of token that lives on the blockchain. And this NFT may serve as your digital identity, and it sits in your wallet. So when your wallet connects to a website, the website is going to look in your wallet to see if it contains this NFT that says you are a member of this website, you know? So Web3 is going to be utilizing these tokens and digital token standards in order for us to be able to operate within this new internet. And this could be in the metaverse, which is another part of Web3. This can be ownership. You know, a lot of us, we put content on social media, but we don't own that content. The social media platform owns that content, right? And the social media platform may even get paid for your content. But Web3 is going to change that. It's going to say, well, if I upload this to a platform, I own this, and this is the wallet you can pay me at. My wallet can, my wallet or my NFT or my digital asset is going to be able to tell me when my digital asset is being used and how much I should get paid for it. So that's what Web3, that's a little piece of Web3, and it's so much more than that, but it's basically going to allow us to be able to own our digital identities and own our digital properties. So someone says, you talked about joining an existing project. Are there websites, and how do we get to find or see this community? Well, that's why you're going to have to get into the blockchain space, so that you can learn about some of the projects that are out there. Following crypto or blockchain influencers, people that you might trust, they're going to be the ones that are going to lead you to particular projects and things that they may be working on. So this is where you're going to have to find the people that you trust, that you identify with, and then follow them into whatever communities that they belong to or they recommend. Someone says, what is blockchain? So blockchain is technology. It is the underlying technology that we're talking about. Essentially what it is a transparent platform of transactions, right? That's at the heart of it. The heart of a blockchain is it's a digital ledger. So imagine a ledger that's in a bank. We've had bank ledgers where we write stuff in, we record stuff. Well, a blockchain records stuff too, but it's immutable. So what that means is once something is recorded to the blockchain, it can't be stricken off, which is very powerful because that prevents control, that prevents some level of fraud. Because fraud usually happens because someone can come in and change the books. Someone can come in and cross out something or not record something. But anything that is connected to that blockchain is recorded and recorded forever. So even if you look at something like a Bitcoin, you can go to something called a Bitcoin Explorer, right? So what this is it's a peer into the blockchain that shows you everything, every transaction, every wallet that's connected to it, right? So if you have a wallet address, you can see how much money is sitting in that wallet address. You may not know who the wallet address belongs to, but if you got an address, you can see everything. You can see every transaction that ever took place. So that's what's so powerful about the blockchain is that it's transparent. You can see everything. It's not like a bank. You can't go in a bank and see other people's transactions or how much money they have in their account. A blockchain, you can. You can see transactions. You can see wallets. You can see timestamps. You can see when things happen, when this happened, when this transaction happened, when, all of that is attached to a transaction. And it's carried in something called blocks. That's why it's called blockchains. When a new block is created, it's just a container of information that is now added to the entire chain. So it becomes a whole chain of blocks, so that's why it's called a blockchain. So it's a whole chain of blocks of information. When every block is created, new coins are put out into the ecosystem because it's something called the block reward. So that's the incentive for people to maintain and make sure that this blockchain works, is that certain people, whether they're a miner or a staker, they're rewarded with coins in order to allow their computers to perform the transactions or perform the calculations that allow the transactions to be added to the chain. Someone says, how does crypto be translated to physical money, especially because it's based on social capital and value? But the thing about it is physical money itself is disappearing. We rarely use physical money anymore. You know what I mean? So we use digital money. We essentially are using digital money more and more and more and more. And it doesn't matter what country you're in, you know, we're using less and less money. And in the next few years, it is predicted that we won't be using physical money at all. You know, am I right, Ms. Sonia? I don't know about over there, but we're using less and less cash, right? That could be off, but so we're using less and less money. And in the next couple of years, we won't be using physical money at all, right? And also in the world of technology, guess what's pretty much more valuable than money these days? Data. Data is also a currency, and data is pretty valuable, you know? So that's why you have social media. That's why they run social media platforms, because the value is in having you as a user and you as an engaged user and you as providing something called data, which is turned into value and social capital for platforms. So about joining a crypto community, is the community an online community? How do I find such a community? Yes, they typically are online communities, but they have meetups. They have local crypto meetups where people get together. So you also want to find your local meetups, your local crypto people that get together. That's going to be a powerful source of learning about the different crypto communities that are out there. You can find some maybe at the colleges. You can find some just regular people that get together. You can go to a crypto conference, a local crypto conference, and you find them there. You'll find people representing different crypto communities. You'll find people who can point you to crypto communities. So currently, the Central Bank of Nigeria is yet to accept cryptocurrency as a legal unit of value. You also said that crypto is not government issued or government controlled. Please, what is my prospect if I want to venture into crypto as a Nigerian? The thing is, it's not accepted as a legal unit of value there yet, but it's accepted other places as a legal unit of value. So you're talking about outside influence that's eventually going to affect there. You know, I can go to Nigeria and use my US dollars, right? And it's accepted. And why is it accepted? Because it's widely accepted. So Nigeria is not going to turn away US dollars. You know what I mean? So unless everybody else starts doing it and it loses value, right? So you got to think about the future. Like I said earlier, if this thing is becoming popular and is fast replacing the dollar other places, eventually it would be accepted in Nigeria. So you can't think of now, you got to be a pioneer. This is how real people become wealthy. You know what I mean? Because they don't do things that everybody else is doing. They're preparing themselves for the future, you know, and that's how you need to be thinking about it. You need to be thinking about it as a future thing versus a now thing. What is the value of crypto coins and why must there be devalue? So I think I talked a little bit about where it gets its value and how it could go down. I'll talk about how it can go down. A crypto can lose value because the community behind it loses faith in it, right? So when the community behind it loses faith in it, they do something we call dumping it. You know, they dump the crypto. So what they do is they go sell it off or trade it in for another crypto. And that makes the value, that impacts the value. If a lot of people do that, that can drive the value of the crypto down. So if a bunch of people get together, if a bunch of people just automatically start selling off their crypto for either dollars or another crypto, then that impacts the value of the crypto. To avoid being victims of scams, what project would you advise you join? To avoid being victims of scams, I would advise that you take a class. I actually have a free crypto class on YouTube, which I'll post a link to. It's a free beginners class that I gave as a part of a platform that I'm a teacher on called Class Rebel. Class Rebel, we typically have paid classes, but we also give some free classes. So I have a free beginners class that I'll post. I'll give you the link for it. It is on YouTube. But that's what you want to do, because there are some basic things that can prevent you from getting caught up in a scam. Number one, don't ever believe anything people tell you on social media in terms of they're giving you away large amounts of crypto or whatever. That's usually an indication of a scam. While they do something called airdrops, like New Crypto will actually give away crypto, it's typically something that's only done in the beginning, right? And it's going to be done by a verifiable person, you know? So, but other projects will lure you in. They may lure you in and say that they're giving, and sometimes just people, they're saying that so-and-so is giving away free ETH or 1 ETH, you know, and there's usually going to be a set of requirements in order to collect that 1 ETH, right? So you may go through all of the steps, but never get that ETH because it was a scam, you know, or they'll find a way to get your money. You know, so you want to beware of stuff like that. You also want to beware of things on social media like the spammy stuff. You won't see me as a Guapcoin person spamming Guapcoin. You'll never see that. What you'll see is me educating people about Guapcoin or talking about crypto and stuff like that. These are like the legitimate people. They'll be like that. They'll be talking and educating and stuff. They won't be spamming you, telling you to go run and get this, or the price is going to go up now and do this. You want to avoid that type of stuff. You know, you want to avoid that because those are typically a lot of spammers and scammers, right? Also, you never want to give someone access to your wallet. So you don't want to give them their keys. Sometimes you have a wallet where you have your own private keys and you hold it. That's called a non-custodial wallet, right? And you never want to give anybody your backup, your private key, or anything. There's never a need for anybody to have that. You know, even if they're trying to help you, there's never a need for them to have your private key, you know? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to expose that information on the internet, you know, mistakenly post it for other people to see, because then they could steal your money, you know? So a lot of the scams happen are the same types of scams over and over and over again. And many of them take advantage of our own personal greed, you know, by telling them, yeah, you're going to make $1 million if you do this or whatever. You want to beware of all of that. That you want to stay away from in general. If crypto transactions cannot be tracked, how do they recover their coins from getting scammed? They can be tracked. You can track crypto transactions. That's why they're transparent. Every transaction is going to be visible on the blockchain. It's just that it may be impossible for you to recover it because there's no middleman. So once you send money to someone else, that's it. Unless they send it back, there's no way you can recover it or get it back. Now, big scams that happen, sometimes there are big scams that happen on a blockchain or platform, right? So what'll happen is if a big thing happens on a blockchain or platform, sometimes what they'll do is they will blacklist addresses to prevent them from being able to move money. So once they've scammed a lot of people, then they may not ever be able to spend that money or move it because their address has been blacklisted. So that means that if they attempt to send that money to an exchange to turn it into other money, they'll be blocked, etc. Right? So sometimes you have that situation. And then also sometimes you'll have platforms that are good enough to you know, try to help you recover your funds from a scam, but that's not always possible. I'm sorry, my dog is barking early this morning. I don't know why she's barking at the door. Well done. We appreciate you for this. Thank you. I'm aware that crypto is a long-term investment. Please, as a crypto expert, could you be more practical than theoretical by suggesting crypto projects and communities that are valuable that one can join as a beginner? Well, see, that's the thing. It's not very practical for me to tell you what crypto project to join. That's very theoretical and biased. It's not practical. The practical part is to educate you on the entire industry and give you the places that you can go. You know what I mean? So the places that you're going to go is you're going to go to crypto conferences, crypto meetups. You're going to go to, you're going to follow different influencers, you know, like me, for instance, I represent Guapcoin. So of course, I'm going to, if you follow me, you're going to get involved in the Guapcoin project because that's the project that I represent. You might follow someone else and you may get into their project. You may get into Tron, you may get into Doge, you may, you know, it's largely going to be tied to influencers. You know what I mean? So as a, you know, even, and I'm not a financial advisor. A financial advisor is going to be someone to advise you as well with crypto to get involved in. But most financial advisors, they're going to be on the trading side. So they're going to advise you to get into something that you can trade and pull out money very fast. Not so much for the long term, you know? So that's the double-edged sword there. What do big banks and mainstream think about cryptocurrency? Well, it fluctuates. They like it when it's hot. You know what I mean? So they love it when it's hot. When it's hot, they love it. But when something drastic happens, like last year, this whole incident that happened with FTX, now they don't like it. You know what I mean? It's because they're like, oh my God, it's not safe, you know, and people lose money. And so they got to err on the side of caution. So right now, banks and mainstreams are feeling kind of iffy about crypto, right? The mainstream is feeling iffy about it, but banks don't like it, right? But to be totally honest, I think banks should never like it because it gets rid of banks in the way that they operate now. It disrupts their business. They're in the business of getting their hands on your money. That's what they're in the business for. And crypto is supposed to remove other people's hands from your money. So you tell me if they're going to be very happy about crypto. Now, what banks can do is change their business model to become more digital currency friendly, you know? So a bank may move from holding your money to holding your keys. There are going to be people who don't want to hold their own private keys because, you know, we lose things. And what if something happens to me tomorrow? How does my family get access to my money, my crypto, right? So you're going to have banks that are going to be the custodians of crypto or custodians of keys, or maybe your backup, just in case you lose everything, all your crypto. Let's say your computer dies, and this happened to many people, and that was the only place they were storing their wallet. Now they have no access to their crypto, right? So you're going to have banks that are going to be the secondary backup. They're going to be holding and storing backup of people's cryptos and funds. So I don't think that banks are going to go away, but I think that banks are going to have to change their model to be more digital currency friendly. And in fact, I'm launching a bank this year. So, but I believe that it needs to have a different model in order to be future friendly. With respect to the everyday news of cryptocurrency fraud, how do I avoid falling as a victim? Education. That's how you avoid falling as a victim to any kind of fraud, by educating yourself. You know, as a well-educated person in this, because remember, it's so important that you're educated because this is your money, you know, and you're dealing with money. So it's important that you have a basic crypto education so that you don't fall victim to fraud. Now, I'm going to tell you, a lot of the fraud out there is the same kind of fraud that you get with regular money. Send me your money and I'll send you more money. You know, that's a common fraud that they have out there, literally. Send me $1,000 and I'll send you $1 million. You know, they have that version in crypto. You know, send me a Bitcoin and I'll send you 10. You know, so these are the common fraud that occurs in crypto, and you better believe people will send a small amount of crypto thinking that they're going to get a big amount back. You know, so that's a common fraud. So a lot of the fraud that takes place is the same kind of fraud that takes place in just the regular world. Not to discredit cryptocurrency, but aside demand and maybe trust for the crypto to add value in the future, what else can give value to crypto that is virtual? In my research, once there's little demand, there's no growth. It's actually what affects growth is ecosystem, not demand, ecosystem. So if there's an ecosystem built and there are businesses that will accept this particular cryptocurrency, that's going to foster growth. That's going to foster adoption, period. I think that some of you fail to realize that some of the original money, does anybody know what the first money was ever? Cowrie shells. Cowrie shells was one of the first money ever, right? Somebody somewhere determined that cowrie shells were valuable. It wasn't linked to gold. It didn't represent gold. It didn't represent anything. It was cowrie shells all by itself, right? So there are different kinds of cowrie shells. There are cowrie shells that are even referred to as money cowrie shells because these particular cowrie shells might be harder to get. It's called scarcity, right? Scarcity builds value. So you could have a cryptocurrency that's harder to get, making it scarce, thus making it more valuable. So scarcity is another thing that impacts the value of anything. You know, so if you have something that is in demand and is scarce, it's going to be valuable. So money has been around for a very, very, very long time. It's just that most of us weren't around when money was created or money was implemented. Now you're here and you actually get to see how money and value is built in real time. Crypto transactions guided by law. In the case of other scams or challenges, can legal action be taken to recover funds? Oh, absolutely. They're not governed by law, but the thing is, there are laws that govern property. You know, there are laws that govern theft. There are laws that govern deception, you know? So these are the same laws that apply to cryptocurrency, you know, or anything that is a possession. You know, if someone steals your data, they can get into trouble, you know? So there are laws already in place that protect you from certain instances that cover everything, including cryptocurrency. Please mind, when you say they blacklist the addresses of the scammer to prevent them from moving money, who blacklists accounts? Well, there are, because most of the time you're going to be, sometimes you're trading crypto for another crypto, right? Most scammers nowadays, they want to take and they want to change that crypto into maybe USD or something more liquid. They call that liquid, right? That's usually going to be the first place they go. And the only way you can do that nowadays is at some type of regulated entity, like an exchange. Exchanges are regulated because even when an exchange is not regulated, right? Let's say you find an exchange that's not regulated and you're able to trade in the money you stole for another money, right? Which is like what we call, what do you call it? money laundering, right? That's what criminals do. They want to hide the trail of money. But that's the thing in crypto. It's very high. It is kind of hard to hide the trail of money because it's all recorded on the blockchain, right? So as a criminal, you may go to an exchange because you want to liquidate that money into something else to use, right? And if you go to an exchange and they allow that because they're tracking the addresses, they know that you are, all of the governments, everybody, they know that this particular address is the address that is a criminal address, has scammed whatever, and did this and did that. So if you go to an exchange and that exchange actually accepts the money from you, they are now held liable, right? So that exchange may suffer sanctions. Have you ever heard of sanctions? Sanctions are when they isolate a country that is doing things that are not approved by other places. The same type of thing happens with exchanges and happens in the crypto community. Places, institutions might get isolated and they can't function and they lose money and all this other stuff. So they'll rather turn you away or give you up than to take your money and then risk the fact that they get shut down. You understand? So it's like regulation by proxy kind of thing, you know? So nowadays they have what's called KYC everywhere, which is know your customer. They make people go through identifying measures in order to be able to do transactions, you know, different places. And that's outside of the blockchain. So money has to move. So they just follow the movement of money and they make sure that they put stop gaps so that you can't move money around. And if you're on some chains can do it on chain. So if you steal enough money on Binance chain, and I've seen them do this, they will shut down a contract, which will prevent you from using that money or allowing that money to be moved anywhere else. How do I begin to invest in cryptocurrency? The first thing you do is not even invest. The first thing you do is, remember I said, get some education. Next thing you do is get a wallet. Get a wallet. Wallets are free, you know? Because the thing about it is sometimes you can join a new community and you can either get an airdrop of coins, free coins, or you can earn coins by doing things. But you can't do any of that if you don't have a wallet. So the first thing you want to do is get a wallet. You can get a multi-currency wallet that holds all different kinds of coins, or you can get a wallet that is specific to a chain. Sometimes you can go to a new service. A lot of these new services, especially in Web3, they will offer free coins. You know, they'll say, you know what? We just launched this. Here are some coins. They did an airdrop. One of the most infamous airdrops that people actually acquired a lot of money from was the Uniswap. You know what I mean? So when Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange, launched, I remember this. When they launched, they were airdropping coins, right? And some people made a lot of money from that airdrop. It was a very valuable airdrop, you know? So you want to at least get a wallet and be able to get coins from different places. That's one thing, you know what I mean? Start there because that's the cheapest, most inexpensive way. The next thing is look for coins that you may be able to get and then you may be able to stake, you know? So staking is similar to mining. So if you lock these coins up, they'll earn you more coins. So you want to look into staking, research that, you know, because you may be able to get on a platform where you get 100 coins and you stake those coins and those 100 coins turn into 1,000 coins. And 1,000 coins turn into 2,000 coins because you're staking those coins. You're actually holding and storing them, and that's building value. How much is a coin in physical money? Well, it depends on what coin it is, and what the current exchange rate is. So that's like saying how much Naira is, how much dollars you can get for a Naira, right? Or vice versa. You won't know that until you go to an exchange and they give you that current exchange rate because that changes by the minute. 1 minute it could be this, and 1 minute it could be something totally different. I think we went through most of the questions. Can you recommend a multi-currency wallet? Oh, absolutely. They have, I'm trying to think of some wallets that they have available here. Let's see. Oh, MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet. But let's see what else. Yeah. You got MetaMask, you got what's some current wallets? A lot of times I don't keep up with, it's in my class, but MetaMask is definitely one. Let's see. What multi-currency wallets you can use now? Trust Wallet. That's one in Exodus. So you got Exodus, Trust Wallet. And then you have what's called hardware wallets. Like these are physical, like USB wallets. These are the most secure wallets because you can take them and you can store them offline and no one can get in your ever, you know, whatever. So they have like Treasure wallets, TREZOR, Treasure wallets, and they have Ledger, Nanos, and stuff like that. And the cool thing about these wallets is sometimes you can get them in contact, test, or free. Like I said, that's why I join a crypto group locally, stuff like that. Sometimes I'll go to a crypto conference. Sometimes they're giving them away. MetaMask is METAMASK. MetaMask. Let me type it here. I can type it. MetaMask. MetaMask. Okay. I think we answered them all. Miss Sonia, right?
Yes,
So I'll tell you, you can always join the GWAP community. You follow me on social media at GWAPcoin. You can follow Crypto Diva and Tavana Evans. Now you have to, this is a scam that happens a lot. One of the big scams is people clone us and say they're us. That's the biggest scam going. Okay, and I'm actually working on software to solve that so that you can prove somebody is who they are. So you got to be careful. If you ever see somebody coming to you in social media and say that they want to help you do something, that ain't me, because I'm usually too busy doing other stuff. Now, if you come and ask me, I'll help you, but I don't just pop up in your inbox, say, hey, how you doing? You know, would you like some crypto? Would you like some help trading? There are a lot of scammers. I have people that clone me and say they're me. And there's people that clone Elon Musk and say they're Elon Musk. You know, that's one of the biggest scams in the industry, you know? And so what you have to do is you, first of all, follow like Crypto Diva, and I'll type it here in the chat. Crypto Diva, I have on Instagram, I'm verified. I'm verified as Tavana Evans on Twitter too, but their verifications don't mean anything anymore. But Crypto Diva, and you want to look for the blue check, the verified badge, because I am verified on Instagram. So if you don't see a blue check for the person on Instagram, that's not me. So beware and be careful, because they're going to come for you. They're going to try to come for your money. And I am Tavana Evans. My website is tavanaevans.com. And also there's guapcoin.org, and you can follow Guapcoin as well. Guapcoin is spelled Guapcoin everywhere. No Guapcoin anything else, just Guapcoin. You can reach out to me, ask me questions. You can join Guap Talk, the forum, guaptalk.org. We're trying to get better at being able to engage with people. The community is growing. Things like that. So these are the ways that you can get to me, and you can definitely ask me questions and stuff like that. Even you might even ask me to send you some guap coin, and guess what? I will if you have a wallet. If you have a guap wallet, a mobile wallet, guap coin mobile wallet, you can get in the store. Guap coin mobile wallet, guap coin wallet. You can get it in Android and iOS. You can get it there. And like I said, you know, you're blessed enough to be able to get me right now. So if you get me, you'll likely get me, you know, and that type of thing.
Well, Ma'am Avonia, you've not spoken about your LinkedIn handle. Your LinkedIn.
Oh, yes, I am on LinkedIn. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best. That's one of the best places to get me, because LinkedIn are pretty good about not letting cloned accounts. So this is my LinkedIn link. So follow me on LinkedIn, and you can even if you can add me, you should be able to add me because I'm connected to Miss Oni. So you should be able to connect with me there on LinkedIn, and I will accept your connection. And, you know, if you have any questions or stuff like that, you definitely would be able to reach me.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Tavonia. Before we continue, or if you still have something to say, I would want to ask concerning the guap mobile wallet that you just mentioned. So if they download, there should be prompting on how to, of course, to get it set up, just like we will do for MetaMask, Trust Wallet, and every other coin, right? So if they do that, I should get back to you on it, or how do they continue with probably you know, you said
if you let me give you the free class link too.
Oh, okay.
Class Rebel crypto currency. Wait.
Yeah.
My dog.
Yeah, I can see.
So I think we actually have two classes. So this is one. I think they're the same thing. So that is the free class on YouTube right there.
Okay, so
that's a free hour-long class.
Okay, very shortly. Grace, please kindly copy all the information that Ma'am Tavonia had sent. Kindly copy them and take them to the WhatsApp group for the benefit of others who probably have classes now were not available. Kindly copy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Grace. Copy them.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's post it on the various platforms so they can get to connect with her right away. And then they can also get to download the guap mobile wallet. Ma'am Tavonia, did you say you were going to drop some?
Yes, ma'am.
To them?
Yes, you said something. Okay. I'm sorry.
I said, did you say you were going to?
Shall drop the link.
Drop some coin to them once they download the wallet.
I will. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. If you don't, probably your best way to get me to go ahead and drop them will be ask them to
wait, please mute. You're not speaking.
Okay. Let me give you a link. I'm gonna give you a link. I'm gonna give you a link where
she's dropping the link.
You can go ahead and drop.
Okay.
You can put your hold on.
You're sending the link, right?
Yeah, I'm creating a link right now.
Okay. And while doing that, Ma'am Taverna, did you see the other list I sent to you on the email, the old list?
Yeah, I'll merge that.
Okay.
Okay, I say job.
Ma, there is a question in the Q&A.
All right.
Hold on, where a second. Okay. Okay, so I just created a thread and I'm dropping it in the chat. So you're gonna have to register if you're not registered, but you'll put your name there and I'll be looking out there for your name and your wallet address.
Yeah,
I can
when
send
you
you
write
a
your name, you probably signify Hilton Top Solicitors female virtual internship, so she can identify that, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So Grace, kindly compile all this information that Ma'am Taverna had taken her time to write there before the meeting will come to an end, so we can have it transferred to the platform on WhatsApp for everyone to partake of this opportunity, right? Grace, you've done that,
Yes,
right?
ma, I will. Yes,
Okay.
ma.
Okay. Okay, all right. Ma'am Taverna, would you want to say any other thing before I continue with appreciating you and giving them more information about you?
No, I mean, this was so, oh my goodness. I think I just brought down the website. Oh, wow. I just brought down the website. Because I upgraded it. I just clicked an upgrade. Oh, geez. Well, give that link a few minutes because I'm gonna have to tech support.
Okay.
Because there was a notice to update it, and I did. It brought down the whole website.
Oh, I'm
But give it a few minutes. I should have it straight, and you'll be able to reach it.
Okay, very well.
And
I'm so sorry about that.
yeah. Oh, no problem. I should have known better than that. You don't never do an update in live you know, while you're doing something live. You don't do that.
Yeah.
But I do have backups though. So that's why I say give me a few minutes and I should be able to bring it back.
Okay.
Bring it back up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a while. But yeah, give it a few minutes and then you'll be able to access that link. Okay.
Very well, very well. Thank you so much. There's a question here, if you can just attend to just this one. Is metaphors a part of the crypto?
Is it what? Sorry, MetaMask is what?
No, not MetaMask. I see the person put is metaphors a part of the crypto?
Is Meta first, you said?
Yes, metaphors. That's a question the person have in the Q&A here. Is metaphors a part of the crypto, not MetaMask?
Oh, that sounds like some type of a crypto. You said Meta first?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see what they wrote here. No, there is no crypto that I mean, it may be metaphors. That must be some type of crypto.
Okay.
But it's not a part. Yeah, I mean, that may be a crypto that someone created, but I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
If you want to run a crypto by me, you know, always you could feel free to just you know, hit me up and ask me about a crypto.
Yeah. Yes, that's really true. And I hope we are all hearing from Ma'am Taverna, the crypto expert herself and the founder of GuapCoin. I want to really say thank you so much. We really appreciate your time here. Like, I do not possess the words to really quantify my appreciation for you for this sacrifice. given the time
Thank
difference
you.
and given the fact that you had to attend to children, but you still created time to come and attend to amazing ladies over here. I am so grateful for your continued support for this platform. And ladies, this is not the first time we're having Ma'am Tabonia. She was a part of the second edition last year in February, and it was also a great time with her. And she's been doing this not only for communities in Nigeria, but across the globe. And of course, that's the beauty of the Web3 and the blockchain and crypto. It's borderless. You can reach anyone, anywhere, anytime. And I want you all to appreciate this, because the thing is, we didn't just bring someone that would just read out a story for you that you seem not to be able to understand or relate with, but we try to bring industry experts, someone like Ma'am Tabonia, for you to learn from, like, maybe like the saying, I'll be right to say the fact that they say, hear from the horse's mouth, right? Now you hear from her. If I'm giving you the story, I'll probably be telling you with my limited experience, and then with some forms of a lot of stories, but you are getting this from someone who has tried, not just tried, but is working, and then has a project that is also working, and she is building, right, in the space that we're talking about. So who is a better person to bring for this kind of topic that someone that is an engineer who has built this platform, who is already using it to empower the women and the Black community as a whole. And then, of course, we should treasure this kind of wealth of knowledge to know that this is a great thing, and this is a great sacrifice that these people are making to be able to impact on you. This cannot be quantified with any kind of money. I mean, if we were to pay, we would not be able to afford Ma'am Tabonia. Like, we can't afford a big answer here, right? But she did it all free of charge to come and impact on the new generation of the Lego minds of the young emerging tech lawyers who are fully informed of the emerging trend. And I really want us to appreciate this, and don't just appreciate, this is a platform where you can connect with industry experts like her. She has taken the time to also drop her link and her details about the various social media platforms that she's available on. What are you waiting for? Now, what do you understand about mentorship? When you see people like these that are already making waves ahead of you, we bring them here not for you to just look at their faces and go and sleep. You open your mind, like I told you, be open-minded, be flexible, be adaptable, listen to them, and don't just end it here. Continue with them. Let your interest be spot up to relate, connect with them, go and connect with her on the various social platforms, get to download the WAP coin. She has given you the benefits and how some of the projects in the crypto space came to being. She made the first example of the Doge coin. I personally, Ma'am Tabonia, years back when of course, my husband brought me into the space, and we bought Doge when Doge was like nothing. And then at some point, it went down, and we were so naive as at that time. Was it 2017 also when we bought Dogecoin? And then the next thing, I recall that we felt, oh, the money has gone. Why not? Let's just sell everything. And it will amaze you to know that at the time we realized we have made a very big mistake. It was something that was so painful and all that. So like she said, some people got this for free. Some people were mining it for free at the time that they were aware when it was happening. So the opportunity you are having, that she's telling you, download the Guap Coin mobile app, and then she will drop you some. The truth is that some time will come that we'll even try to get her attention, and the kind of busy schedule, not because she's trying not to get our time, it might probably be representatives that will be coming to represent her on this platform. And at that point, you will be surprised to know that there won't be anything to drop by then. So if you have people like this who are committed to helping us build women that are empowered in the emerging emerging tech space, and of course in this crypto space where people are dreading or people don't have the understanding and just carry misinformation around, get to understand it. And we're not just interested in you getting to understand, but relating with the experts in the space so that you can be well guided and try to, imbibe some of the principles, some of the knowledge, some of the ideas and lessons that she has put out to you today. And that's the way you can go with it. So you start by, like she said, you cannot just go straight and start saying, I'm investing. It all starts from you getting a wallet. And apart from the multi-wallet that you can get, like the MetaMask, you can get Guap Coin. And don't forget, you will get airdropped. And these things at the end of the day, you do not know the words. When Dogecoin and the rest of some of the coin were being mined, then I'm sure they didn't know the value that these things were going to get to, right? So do not take this opportunity for granted. We are here for you to grow. And as women empowering women, we really appreciate Ma'am Tavonia's contribution to this. Each time she's always, you know, accepting. Oh, sorry.
I actually forgot something. I
Okay.
forgot my book.
Wow.
So I did write I published a crypto book last year.
Wow.
I mean, earlier this year. I totally forgot.
Oh, wow.
We have to try to get some of these books out there. I need to try to get out there to do a book signing and get these books out there. We need to try to work that out, like seriously. So I published a book called Crypto for My People. It's a very easy crypto book, and it's very good. It's on Amazon right now, but I would love to be able to get some of these books out there to y'all. So yeah, absolutely.
Wow, great. Grace, please take note of that. Crypto for My People. It's on Amazon, written by Ma'am Tavonia.
Yeah, I'll put the link. I'll put the link.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Very well. So you must know that in light of this hope, and there is no way you can grow without reading also, right? So when you have the right books that you can read, it also helps you. So it's not like you are reading randomly, you're reading and getting information, the right kind of information that you need in the space. Sometimes some people are probably faced with a problem of, oh, I want to read something about this, but which one is the trusted material that I can actually have recourse to? Now you have one here. In terms of understanding cryptocurrency, you have a book written by Ma'am Tavonia already called Crypto for My People. These and many you can, you know, that she has written, like she said, she will get the names of the rest across to us, and then we can check them out. This is one of the investments you can make by laying your hands on that book on Amazon. So try to read more, try to make use of this information that has been passed to you. And I know that the sky is just your beginning. So we really appreciate you, Ma'am Tavonia. Thank you so much. Have you dropped the link? Grace, have you taken the link?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, very well. So I do not want to keep you so much again, knowing that you have so much on your hand. And I want to thank you for sparing this time to be with us on a very awesome day like this. Thank you so much, ma'am. Hello, can anybody hear me?